There's a part of me that wants to control everything, and so it's got all these strategies. I call that guy the dragon because the dragon is powerful. All of your energy has been developing the dragon your whole life. So he is powerful. The thing is, he doesn't take care of you. He'll burn you down. He'll cause stress. He'll cause inflammation. It's okay. We love it. We love it. It's helpful, but just I have to be aware. It's been super hard to find something that lets me do those two things, right? Meaningful with my community, with my kids. Doesn't take all my time. That's like base. Doesn't get me so wound up in the dragon mode that I forget where I am. I'm like, I'm not even present. We're so far from present. And doesn't force me to be something that I'm not. And force is not the right word. Isn't so overwhelmingly pressurizing for me to just be like, I'm a super professional. Yep, I only wear suits. I don't have any family life. Like, I got to show up just this one part of me. Like, I want to show up with the freaking thing. You know what? I want to show up. It's like, what do I actually wear in my day-to-day life? It was like hard. I'm like, should I dress up for this podcast? Should I use like a shirt that doesn't have stains and stuff on it? And I'm like, I'm just going to, I know it's hard. I hear you. I'm just going to wear what I wear in my day-to-day life. Like what I normally wear with my kids all day. And okay, so how do I close out the maple? I have a lot to say about it, obviously.
Well, I'm going to say something about the dragon real quick, and then you could close it out. I'll give you time to think about it too. But it's interesting. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine yesterday. We love soccer, and we were talking about businesses that we could get into, and they were like, "Oh, we could do this and we could do that," and it's really funny. I said we could do all those things, and it sounds so fun, doesn't it? And she goes, "Yeah, it is. It is fun." And I said, "It's fun until we do it like a business." And it becomes every other business we've ever done, which is us working our asses off, overwhelmed,
Yeah.
digging in, building it to a level that nobody else can.
Yes.
So
Yes.
here's the thought I had when you were talking about the
Yeah.
dragon. Okay. The thought I had is, my little brother is 13 years younger than me, in his mid 30s, just had his has two kids under the age of 3. And my wife and I are like, we're not grandparents, but we're aunt and uncle, but we're very involved, like almost like grandparents. We're at the stage of life where we feel it. My mom and dad don't like it when I say we're like grandparents because they are the real grandparents, so it's not fair to them. But we are similar in the role. Like, we're so much older that it's a big difference. And we're like, dude, you're in the best days of your life
Yeah.
and you don't know it. And you're going to spend most of your life looking back on these exact days, the stained shirt, the chaos, the crazy mornings, the I didn't sleep for shit, like all that stuff is what you'll sit on a plane when it's delayed on the runway and look at old pictures of your kids
Yeah.
talking to you, like telling you things and remembering this feeling, right? But here's the point. If you equate this to business, because life and business they can coincide. When you talk about maple and you say, I didn't want it to take up all my time. If you're listening to that and you think it's about time, it's not. It's about prioritization of what's important to you,
Yeah.
is what you're saying. And you don't want to get caught up in another startup where you're losing yourself. I was thinking about this the first time I ever thought about it. And it came to me, and that is, we almost need to be like grandparents in whatever we're doing. A grandparent loves that child because they see their child in the child. There's something that comes from our lineage that makes you love something that you can't even explain. And I'm not a grandparent, so I don't know. I know my 2 boys. I love them more than life itself. And I can only think about what they do when they have their own kids and what my brother's daughters mean to me, what my sister's children mean to me. But the love I feel for the youth that's there and the perspective I have, but the ability to hand it back to them and to walk away. When I think of the dragon, I think of the next chapter of life. I need to be more like a grandfather and less of a father.
Mm.
And that means that I can come in, I can give wisdom, I can build, I can leave. I can financially support, I can leave. I can be a chairman of the board. I can leave. I can't be what I don't see myself wanting to do is I don't want to be the father, the grandfather, the godfather, the auntie, the uncle, everything. And that's what I've been most of my career. I'm everything. And that kind of mentality is the dragon that you're talking about. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And that's what I have to tell myself all the time. So the analogy I'm using, I think, is a great analogy. If you just think about this,
I do like it.
it's a grant. If you're thinking about Maple,
Yeah.
think about it. Working with your kids, what better relationship with children can they ever have than grandma and grandpa who love their parents, who
Yeah.
made all these mistakes when they were raising them, who their children find all the things you ever did wrong, but
Yeah.
now you're trying to fix it and you have the chance to be the better version of a parent that you were. That's what we're doing today. We're looking for things that allow us to be more of the introspective, guided, wiser version of ourselves so we
Yeah.
don't get trapped in the dragon brain. You don't want to start Maple and then get caught right back up and running it like a business when it
Yeah.
was supposed to be fun all along. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, Scott, not only does it make sense, I wanna thank you for bringing it up. I hadn't thought of it either. I had not framed it like be a grandparent. And then that means something really meaningful to me, which is that we have a tradition in our family, which is when our grandparents die, we plant a maple tree. And that's why we named it Maple.
So we just pulled it full circle and I had no idea that was the tradition. That's crazy.
And we were just deciding when we were naming the company, it was not easy. I got lists of hundreds of names because it matters a lot to me what it's named.
It's about your roots, generational roots, future
Um,
branches, all of it.
so this last year, my grandfather passed away. And this summer, we're planting a maple for him. And like this was his place. This is a lake home in Minnesota. This is like his place. Um, and so when we were thinking what words are meaningful to us, we laying a maple on my. I would never have thought my way to maple. Like it does. I had a whole bunch. I had a bunch of clever names. Um, Trellis was like a strong competitor, and Treehouse. I really was drawn to Treehouse. Play with your kids, work with your kids. Treehouse. Maple. When we started talking about it, I felt it in my body, like, it's meaningful. Wouldn't have thought it. Um, so you've given me a gift in some way, which is connecting Maple to grandparent. That I aspire to operate like a grandparent, to be like a grandparent, think like a grandparent. Um, I'm gonna take that with me. Thank you. Uh, there's one last thing I wanted to say. Makes me more excited to work on Maple. Thank you, Scott. Jeez, man.
Well, it sounds like you've already planted. This is the crazy thing. So your gift and what you love is you've been great at startups. You've been great at building stuff. You have an energy that when you plug into that energy, it's going to create something great.
Yeah.
You planted your own maple in a different way. It's not the way you planted this business is like planting the seed of a tree to build something. It's a family tradition, but you're doing it your own way. You're more aligned to living your life your way all the way back to the beginning of this conversation just by that perspective.
That's the whole that has to be the goal of the org, is gonna pull you. Whatever you create is gonna pull you in its direction, and when you build a company, like a startup, it's a excuse my language.
No, it's fine.
It's a speedboat. You're behind a speedboat. You're behind a freight train. You start raising money, we raise $100,000,000. You got a whole board. They're invested, man, because you got a lot of their capital. Like, they wanna see this thing in. You got 1,000 employees. They all depend on you. 100%. It is it. Every single person you hire is another person pushing the freight train, and you are getting pulled by that thing every day. You wake up, you open your phone, you're getting pulled. You get a call, you're getting pulled. You look at your calendar, the whole thing is stacked. Boom, boom, boom. You got 12 meetings a day. You got no time. You're getting pulled at the speed of light. You can't stop. You can't stop. Like, you're getting sucked in that direction. So whatever you build and whatever you create, you put more energy into it. It's powerful. Make sure it's pulling in the right direction.
But if you
That's
think
hard.
about it, like, again, when I go to my brother's house and maybe they're doing something that we didn't do in our lives,
Yep.
and I may agree or disagree, I know where to interject and where not to interject. I
Yep.
know that I can't interject on everything. I know that I have to be a voice of reason
Yeah.
and uh, uh, a pick me up when they need it. Like, I have to be that great friend and family member. In the mentality of a grandparent,
Grandparent.
you have the ability to come in and out as needed, but not to overstep. And the overstep is the dragon. That's the whole point that we're talking about. This connects all those dots together. So the way that this path moves forward
Yeah.
is exactly that mentality. And the fact that that you just shared that your grandfather passed, what a great legacy. What a wonderful legacy to build something um, in honor of family with the name Maple. So YouTube has this cool feature where they pick the next video for you, and it's right here on this screen. So I hope you enjoy this next video.